Hi, this is Val Campbell. I'm here today to talk to you about efflorescence. Now what this is, it's the chalky surfaces of masonry products, either the mortar in the joints of stonework or perhaps even the concrete itself. And it can happen on a wall, it can happen on a floor. But what happens is that during the manufacturing process of these products, the salts or perhaps the lime doesn't completely bond inside the product. Some of it's left unbound, and as the wall or as the floor gets wet and it evaporates, what you'll see is that water migrates out and it pulls these unbound elements with it and leave chalky surfaces, very unsightly, and sometimes there can be a pretty substantial buildup, and I'm going to show you one of those in just a moment. But as you can see here, I'm going to turn this phone around and I'm going to show you a few of these so that you can see these chalky deposits as they've gotten pulled out of the stone. Now I'm going to move into the sunlight here and I'm going to show you one that's really profound. There's a heavy buildup there. I hope you can see that in this video. One of the reasons why I think it's more profound here is because as I pull back and you can take a look at this wall, this area gets more sunlight than that area in there. And often you'll see that you'll get more efflorescence on one side of a wall than on the other, because that's the side that the sun hits. So as it dries, it's wicking that moisture out of there and pulling the salts with it. Now what we do to cure this problem is we can pressure wash the surface, and then we can apply a nanotechnology product which will molecularly change the nature of the surface of the stone so that it's hydrophobic. It will not allow the movement of water back and forth because it repels it. And if the water can't get in and the water can't get out, it's not going to pull those salts with it. Okay? Now, the idea of nanotechnology, it just means that those particles are so small that they literally can get in there and bond chemically on a molecular level. Okay, they change the very nature of the surface of the stone. It doesn't change the appearance, it doesn't change the feel of it, it doesn't change the performance of it. It just doesn't allow it to absorb water. It repels it. These products are different than a topically applied sealer, which is more like a paint. Okay, a lot of times you hear people talk about, well, they apply a sealer. A sealer is really different because it just sits on the surface, and that means that it's going to wear off, and it also means that those molecules are about 400 times larger than a nanotechnology product, and so it can't deeply penetrate very far into the pores of the stone and get all around there. And of course, it doesn't actually bond on a molecular basis and change the nature of the stone. It just sits on the surface. Okay, I hope that explains what efflorescence is and what we do to help solve that problem. And again, this is a pretty common problem that happens with solid surfaces on homes, either floors, but more often walls is what I've found. So I hope that helps. Val Campbell, we'll see you around.